Hello, 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 Chicago Bears fans. Welcome to the Bears Den podcast. I am your host, Andy, and we have a great show lined up for you guys tonight. We will be discussing the win over the Cleveland Browns, and we will look ahead to our game against our heated rivals, the Green Bay Packers. As always, please like us, subscribe, follow us, share our content, show us some love. You can find us on Facebook, X, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Don't be shy tonight. Send us your comments, send us your feedback. We love when the audience interacts with us. Now let me bring out my partner tonight, the bad guy, Chicago Clarence. How are you doing, Clarence?
Cold, man. It's cold down here on our side. I mean, it's not as cold as it was in Chicago on Sunday, but it's cold.
So with that being said, we got the win Sunday. To me, we just handled business. We went out there, and I think most of all, we proved what good teams do. They beat bad teams. They beat teams that they are expected to beat. 31-3. I didn't think we'd kill them like this. I was a little shocked that it was a 31-3, but Clarence, what did you think of the game?
Well, the thing that stood out to me is that is a very good Cleveland Browns defense.
Yes, it
I mean,
is.
I know the Chicago Bears lead the league in takeaways this year, but I would trade our defense for the Cleveland Browns defense in a heartbeat, particularly their ability to get to the quarterback. Miles Garrett is unblockable. We found that out on Sunday. So if you was to be able to take a defense like that into the playoffs and make the quarterback speed his clock up, not let him get comfortable sitting in the pocket, or be able to get him on the ground, get off the field on third down, you can go quite a few ways in the playoffs with that defense. So I was pleasantly surprised how we were able to run the ball on them and to score 31 points on that defense.
I was pleasantly surprised too. Clarence, how good was Caleb Williams to you? I mean, some people are saying this was his best game ever as a pro. Would you go that far? I mean, those are his numbers. I mean, this is against one of the best defenses in the NFL. He finally looked like he played on rhythm. He finally looked like he played in time. And of course, everybody's talking about the throw to the back of the end zone. But I mean, this is against a top-rated defense with Miles Garrett on the other side. Are we finally watching this guy ascend to the throne as a franchise quarterback?
Well, he's already the guy in Chicago.
He
He
is.
is our franchise quarterback. Um, I think for me, I don't want to be overly critical, but I mean, just gonna call things like I see it. I don't. I'm still waiting on the other shoe to drop. I'm waiting on him to take that next step. Um, we have a tendency to play with our food sometimes, and he um, he still misses way too many layups for me. I think that if we want to make a deep run in the playoffs, his play has got to get better. People are talking about the throw. I thought the throw was reckless. It was ill-advised, and he put the ball in harm's way. I think it was more better catch than it was a throw. Than the throw was the ball. He put the ball in harm's way. We're in the red zone. At that point, we're looking to get points. You can't put the ball in harm's way like that. I think he was more fortunate that that ball was caught for a touchdown than it was of being some miraculous, spectacular throw. I thought it was reckless.
So here is the throw. I mean, when he left this go, I did say, "Oh fuck" at the bar. I'm not gonna lie. I never thought he was. I actually thought he was throwing it away. But when you look at this, it's it's something else, honestly. Like I
Well,
thought it was reckless. I thought it was reckless as well, but
yeah,
it
it was
just
reckless. It was reckless. It was in the end zone. Like I said, we're in the red zone. We're in a position to put points on the board. You never want to put the ball in harm's way in situations like that. It's three defenders right there in the red zone. So and he throws the ball across his body. Um, that's just a reckless play to me.
I mean, it is now known as the throw in Chicago.
Yeah.
I mean, It reminds me of, he's not Joe Montana, but the throw to Joe Montana and Dwight Clark. I mean, obviously, I think that was a playoff game. I think the game was on the line, but I mean, it's just, yeah, when he let this go, I thought this was going to be bad news all day myself, but
Yeah. Now, if this was the last play of the game and
yeah,
we needed it for a touchdown, I would have been more fine with it than I was in the situation that we were in on Sunday. Like I said, there is no reason to put the ball in harm's way like he did. There are three defenders in the end zone. If that ball was picked off, he would have been lambasted. He'd have gotten killed in the media for throwing that ball. And
yeah.
I have to believe that Ben Johnson is not overly surprised, overly happy with him putting the ball in harm's way like that.
Well, he said in the press conference, he was like, no, 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 no. Yes. I mean, he admitted in the press conference, he was no, 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 no. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was something else, honestly. And then DeAndre Swift, my friend, how good is this guy? I mean, we wanted to run him out of town at one point, and since the bye week, he has been a beast. I mean, he has been a
Well,
beast.
he's been a product of good coaching.
Yes.
You just look at the difference, and his position coach is Eric Bieniemy. We know
Yes.
Eric Bieniemy as a no nonsense type coach. He stays on your behind, and I believe that our running back room, particularly Swift, has gotten some hard coaching from Eric Bieniemy. He don't play that. I mean, he gets on your ass if you're late for meetings. He is no nonsense. So I think pairing Eric Bieniemy with these guys, you're just seeing the results of the kind of coaching that he's been. I mean, we could say that across the board. Look at
Yes.
Al Harris, our cornerbacks coach. Look at Dennis Allen, our defensive coordinator. We already
Roshore.
know about. We already know. Yeah, and we already know what Ben Johnson has brought to the table. From day one, they haven't been the type of coaching staff that we have seen in the past that has
No.
let things go. And some of the stuff, the nonsense we've seen with our football team not playing not playing hard, not doing simple things as touching players down, having players get up from the ground and score touchdowns on our defense. I mean, just stuff like that. Us being lackadaisical, we ain't been seeing that with this coaching staff. So this is just another example of the kind of coaching that this team has been receiving.
I know this is off the subject, but are you worried about our coaching staff getting poached next year? Because I am already. I mean, I can see Al Harris, someone offering him a DC job. I mean, I'm already worried about stuff like that. Are
Well,
you worried about that already?
no, the foundation is already there. So we still keep. I mean, Dennis Allen has been the head coach. Some say it's going to be hard for him to get one.
Yeah.
Eric Bieniemy has not, for some reason, been able to get a head coaching job. Some people say he don't um, interview well. So those are the two staples that I think we'll be able to keep on our team. We know Ben Johnson is not going anywhere. McLeod, our quote unquote offensive coordinator, is not really and truly our offensive coordinator.
That's
He don't
Declan.
call the plays.
That's Declan
Sorry, yeah,
Doyle.
Declan Door. He doesn't call the plays. So the mainstays are the ones, the Bieniemys, Ben Johnson, Dennis Allen. Those are the main. I mean, just think about it. When we get to add to this defense in the offseason,
Yeah.
when we get to add a bona fide pass rusher and a three technique, Dennis Allen's scheme is just going to get better and better. I think that we'll be able to absorb the hit of losing Al Harris, should he be fortunate and get a defensive coordinator job. It's a lot of guys out there sitting at home that we can bring in to fill those shoes.
I mean, so our defense finally showed up, but they were playing against a offensive line that had 4 starters out. I mean, they had a excellent day. They sacked the quarterback. They got interceptions. They held the team to 3 points. I mean, the defense had an excellent day. I hope this is the product we get versus Green Bay. But, I mean, they played very well. There's a chance we get Edmonds. Would you play Edmonds this Sunday or Saturday night?
Absolutely. This is a must-win game. No if fans or buts about it. This is a must win. If we lose this game, we lose the tiebreaker to Green Bay, number one.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, we set ourselves up to have a must win with the Detroit Lions. Because for some reason, if Detroit beats us again, we lose a tiebreaker to them. If we finish the season tied with them, they go to the playoffs and we do not. So this game is a must win football game. The Green Bay Packers are coming to our building. They're wounded right now. They just lost their best player on defense. They just lost their third best player on offense. Christian Watson may not play in this game. We're still going to have to contend with Josh Jacobs. We're still going to have to contend with Jordan Love, who took us apart 2 games ago. So
Yes.
this is still going to be a must-win football game. If we can put another bullet in our gun to shoot, I absolutely would.
So here are the standings right now. We're in first. Green Bay's in second. That tie really hurts Green Bay. So they can't
At this
convert
point,
that. Yeah,
yes.
they can't convert that tie to a win. So mathematically, we cannot finish in a tie with Green Bay because we would need to get a tie somewhere down the road to finish in a tie break situation with them. But if we lost and Detroit wins, then we're only 1 game ahead of Detroit. And I don't want to be only 1 game ahead of Detroit. My point is, if we win this game, we really control our own destiny. That makes us 11-4. That makes Green Bay 9-5. And if we could win one more game, Green Bay cannot get to 12 wins if we beat them because of that tie. So this is like Clarence just said, this is a must win. And we can't let them beat us twice in 1 year. We got to stop that shit right now.
We've got 3 tough games left on our schedule.
Yes.
All 3 games are against playoff teams, or teams that are in the hunt, with Green Bay, San Francisco actually going out there to play them, and then finishing up the season with Detroit. And say what you want to say about the Detroit Lions. They are a scary football team when they're firing on all cylinders, which they are right now. And they are a team, for the most part, that don't play with their food. We found that out week 2 when they dropped 51 on us.
Yeah.
So we got to be ready to play. But they are 2 games from now. We got to worry about Saturday night when we play Green Bay.
Oh, I agree 100%. I mean, what's it going to take to beat the Packers Saturday night, Clarence? To me,
number one, it's going to be better play from our secondary. Point blank, period. Those guys look like they were lost out there. They look like it was their first game of the season, the way they played. They played out of position. I thought Dennis Allen called a horrible game. And when we get the ball, we have got to take advantage of opportunities. I mean, Jordan Love turned the ball over. We did nothing with it.
Right.
We didn't get our running game going into the second half. Can't do that. We got to start. We got to get off the damn bus running the damn ball, and we got to run it down their throats.
And we need to get Caleb Williams off the quick starts. For whatever reason, he struggles in the first half, then he seems to come to life in the second. Like a lot of people said, the Green Bay game was maybe his best ever half of football. I mean, that's when he made the throws that most normal quarterbacks can't make. The throw to Zacchaeus on the sideline, the throw to Komet up the sideline, the throw to Dumoulin as he was going out of bounds. I mean, he was really good. And we got to get to Jordan Love. Montez Sweat, you need to show us why you're making $100 million. You need to get that ass on the ground. We have got to get a pass rush. That's what ate us alive against Green Bay. Jordan Love sat back there, and he just could do what he wanted with us. We just have got to get to the quarterback in this game. If we don't get to Jordan Love, it's probably going to be a repeat, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, when we blitzed, we didn't get home, and Jordan Love made us pay for it. I think that Jalen Johnson needs to have a better game. Yeah. I think that Brisker needs to have a better game.
Yes,
I thought both of them struggled in game 1. What's the defensive lineman? I'm always killing him.
Jarrett, Sweat, Booker, Dexter.
No, Dexter.
Yeah,
he needs to have a better game. That one run that Josh Jacobs came when he goes outside the tackle and goes up the sideline, We had him dead to rights. All Dexter had to do was stay in his damn lane, stay in
Mm-hmm.
his gaps, and we got him for like a 5-yard loss. That was on the third down, for God's sake.
Yes.
So all he had to do was stay in his damn gap, and we got him. He gets out of position, he's able to shoot the gap, and boom, he sets them up for a first and goal. So
Yes.
it's plays like that can't happen. That can't happen against any football team, let
No.
alone your division rival. I mean, you're trying to get back into and making this a rivalry again because Green Bay wins all the damn time. So you can't sit there and let this team come to our building with so much on the line and win this football game. We got to win this football game. Have to.
Oh, I agree 100%. I mean, I just want to beat them because they're Green Bay. But I mean, Jordan Love last game was 7 for 7, 150 yards, 3 touchdowns when he threw against whoever we had lined up in the slot. I mean, he ate our slot corner up last game, and that was C.J. Gardner-Johnson. That was Jalen
He
Johnson.
had a rough game too.
Yes, our secondary looked like a bunch of, I don't know what,
Misfits.
they did not show up in that game.
No.
So we've got to get pressure on Jordan Love. We got to get Josh Jacobs to the ground when we get the opportunity to. I mean, the play you're talking about, we had 4 guys there. Alonzo Jackson was there. Jalen Johnson only put his arm out. He's like, didn't seem like he wanted to get physical. Dexter just did like a power shove. You got to wrap up. And then Sweat, like he kind of overran the play. He went for 21 yards. Next play, Austin Booker's offside. That puts them at the 4. Then they get a touchdown. That's 28-21. If we would have got him to the ground, that would have forced him to either make a long 4th down conversion or kick a field goal in those conditions. And then
Sweat on that play, Sweat set the edge.
Yeah.
So Sweat did his job. Sweat forced him back inside. And because the other guys were just so minute in tackling, was the reason why we're letting. And like I said, I'm mad at Dexter because Dexter was on the other side. Stay in your damn gap, force him to Booker, and they would have made the play.
Yeah. In Cairo Santos, you can't have a kickoff squib down the field and get a flag and then give them excellent field position again. I mean, that was a huge play. Next play was the touchdown to Melton right before half ended. Instead of maybe 10-3, it's now 14-3. I mean, it's just plays.
It's plays like that, like you're getting ready to say. We can't have mistakes like that. And then didn't Santos miss a field goal as well?
Yes, he did.
So can't have that shit. Just can't. You can't have that shit. And it wasn't even a particularly long. I think it was a 35-yard field goal he missed. You got one job.
Mm-hmm.
One job. One job.
Yes.
And you got to do it. There ain't nothing. You can't get around it. When it's your time to get in there and put points on the board, you got to do it. A 35-yard field goal and you missed it. And then that kicker gets up there, makes a 45-yard field goal. When his time comes up, nails it. And you miss a 35-yard. Can't have that. Can't have you squib kicking on a kickoff return, giving him the ball on the 40-yard line, and we already know what happened after that. Can't have it. Mental mistakes, poor execution. I want to know who called the squib kick any damn way.
I'm hoping he slipped because McManus did do it later in the game. So I'm hoping they both slipped. So I can't see why that would be a call. Like, I don't see any reason that would be a call.
Why do you have so many people slipping on the field? You are professionals. You got equipment managers. You know what kind of conditions you're playing in. It's inexcusable that so many people are out there slipping and they had to change their cleats. Everybody comes out on the field do warm up. Why are you not testing your gear then? You should have known if you're going to be slipping. Then you get your cleats and your equipment changed for that, and you're ready to go. We shouldn't have to be doing that after we have people slipping, falling on routes and causing incompletions and turnovers and that and whatnot, and missed tackles because you got the wrong cleats on.
So our buddy Arthur, who was on our show last week, Can't miss field goals when the offense puts you in kicking range. I agree 100%.
Yeah, but like I said, it was a 35-yard field goal he missed. 35 yards. He is one person that if I am decision maker, Carlos Santos is not on this football team next year because you don't have a big leg. Right now, the average field goal kicker can make a 50-yarder with ease. He can't.
So our buddy Todd is here, or I'm trying to get him here. Todd, what's up? You out in a parking lot somewhere?
Yeah, it was going to be too long getting home, so
Man, that's dedication right there.
thought I would
That is
chime in.
dedication.
Yeah,
That
ignore
is
the
dedication.
ambulances driving by.
That is dedication. So Todd, let's hear what you thought of the Cleveland Browns game, Chicago-Cleveland game. Give us your chance to.
Yeah, I don't know what was said, but anyway, I was really bored.
It was a blowout.
It's been so long since we did that. I can't remember the last time we did that to a team. Yeah, no, I just found myself, looking at my phone and just like, yep, that happened. And we've been wanting one of those, and we definitely got it. But look, I'd take as many of those as we can get. But it was definitely strange to
feel relaxed.
Just
to feel relaxed.
Yep. So yeah, it was good. I wouldn't want to do that. I mean, I guess you'd want to do it every week, but
yes.
it would get boring.
I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, it's fun to feel relaxed. Like the game was never in doubt. So Ty, let me ask you something. Me and Clarence share our thoughts. What did you think of the throw?
Oh, that was amazing. Yeah, I've watched it a bunch of times after, and I mean, we didn't see it. I mean, we thought it was an interception. I mean, that was the initial. But yeah, no, it's a signature play for DJ for sure. And Caleb also. I mean, it's gonna go down as a top 10 play for him for the year, I would think. So, but anyway, it was great. It was good to see DJ get back because he had fallen so far down that we had lost a little interest in him, honestly. But good to have him back, and with this injury report, we may need him a lot on Sunday or Saturday night.
So here is the injury report for Saturday night. So Todd, let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Williams, are we finally seeing what we paid for with the first pick in the draft?
Yeah, he flashes. I was on this last week about the whole, the only wanting the plays with the high degree of difficulty and all that. But
that's what everybody is saying on social media. He can't hit the layups, but you give him a throw that he shouldn't make or shouldn't throw, he makes it look easy.
Yeah, I mean, and just that if you get the still shot of DJ catching the ball, I mean, there's defenders on either side of it.
There is
that's
a still shot.
Pass you should not. That they're going to tell you not to throw most of the time.
There's a still shot courtesy of someone. I don't know who.
Yeah,
it's been posted on social media so many times. It's definitely not my picture.
Yeah,
everybody knows that. I don't want to claim copyright.
Right, that's not an advisable pass, but they made it look pretty easy. So, but Caleb's going to be fine. I mean, honestly, the difference of the completion percentage where Williams wants it or where Ben Johnson wants it and William wants it is 2 to 3 just terrible balls a game, and the percentages would be there. So anyway,
Skull State of Mind, our buddy D. Smile, fellas, you guys are in first place.
Yeah.
Yes, we are, D. Finally. I mean, I didn't think we'd go ahead.
Mr. Minnesota Vikings fan, right?
Yeah. He was the one that was on our show where he said he could talk more shit than you. I had to leave.
Yeah, we there's no need for us to smile. I mean, we expected to be here. That's just what happens when you make good decisions. I mean, I was watching some of the women. Didn't they just have a big win? They beat Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, they did.
The other day?
They did.
Yeah. I mean, even though we dominated Dallas, but a win is a win. Good for them.
Yep. Good for them. But yeah,
I know Minnesota's been so bad. our buddy EJ hasn't even been coming to the bar to watch the games no more.
Yeah, that's right. I haven't seen him.
Rat.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, they'd written off McCarthy, for the last 2 weeks that he's the worst quarterback in the league, and they're quick to do that stuff. And I'm not. He's got a long way to go, but he's got a good teacher. And there are some old quarterbacks still hanging around that I would tag as being probably worse than McCarthy, or at least over the next few years are going to be, because they're going to be done. And it's amazing what O'Connell can get out of quarterbacks there. So that may be a short run for them at the bottom, but we'll see.
So D said, "Job not finished. I get it."
Yeah.
And then he followed up with, "Congrats to y'all. No cap." D, we got to bring you on the show again just for the hell of it, so you and Clarence can go at it, even though we're not going to play each other anymore. So Todd, as you know, we have a big game.
We do.
Saturday night. In case you haven't heard, what are your thoughts on the game coming up against Green Bay?
I think they got some good excuses for when we beat them on Saturday night now, right? They lost their best player, and what's the status on Watson? Is there anything on that?
It's day to day. I looked at the injury report day to day. It's not a broken clavicle like first was reported.
What are they saying about Luther? I seen him popped up on there.
Luther is, I think he's day to day as well.
He was limited, right? Or did he not practice at all?
Well, it is estimation because they did not practice.
Yeah, right.
So he's listed as a DNP today. Did not practice. So if they would have had practice, they estimate he would not have. And Adunze is still a DNP, so we could be short receivers. Yeah,
well, that's not great, but and Edmonds, they didn't practice, right.
His estimation is limited. So Todd, what is it going to take to win Saturday night against Green Bay?
Well, we were soft in the middle the whole time with them, and I don't. Hang on, we didn't touch a receiver. It was brutal. So we've got to stop that. And I think with Edmonds back in the middle, and if TJ Edwards is back, and a lot of the DBs are better now. I think are healthier now. That hopefully we can slow them down. And Watson burned us for 2 touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
So
we had problems in the slot all night long that game.
Yeah. So
anyway. Okay. D wants us to answer a question for him. Me and Clarence were already joking about this, but he wants to ask, what are our thoughts on Phillip Rivers? Todd, I'll let you go first because I know what Clarence is going to say. We were talking about it backstage. So what are your thoughts on Phillip Rivers?
I didn't see any of it. I didn't watch it afterwards. All in all, I don't think it was bad. I mean, he was playing a really decent defense, and for 5 years out, he threw the ball around. I looked at the box scores. I think he threw to 5 or 6, 7 different receivers, and he held his own against a really solid team. So I need to go back and watch some of it, but just from the box score, it looked like he did an okay job.
Yeah, just from the box score, I looked at it. I didn't watch the game, obviously, but it looked to me like he did okay. It's a shame that Indianapolis was looking like a Super Bowl team. Now they're theoretically on their 4th-string quarterback. So, Clarence, I'll ask you, what do you think of Phillip Rivers? Anything? Just to answer our buddy D's question.
Well, I think if you took into account the fact that he was he was coaching high school football and he's 44 years old, hadn't played in 5 years, to be able to come in, and I know that his knowledge of the playbook was probably limited. You got to say, that he afforded himself pretty good. On the other hand, I think it's pretty pathetic that the Colts find themselves in this situation, being they had a stranglehold on the division starting out, and look where they are now. They are treading water with tired legs. So they're in a lot of trouble. It's amazing to me with the running game and the absolute beast they got, the running back position, pretty good offensive line, that they're losing these close games the way they are, because there are a lot of these games that they've been losing. They had the lead, and what's your best friend when you got the lead?
Running
the clock
game.
and a good running game. So, unfortunate for them, which is the reason why one of the keys to our game is the fact that us being able to run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we should get that thing started early and continue on, and ride those two guys until we can't ride them no longer.
Right.
But to answer his question, Phillip Rivers, I think, didn't embarrass, even though he ended the game on a terrible throw that ended up getting picked off. But I think it was a decent showing for him.
So Dees thinks the NFL has a big developmental problem at quarterback.
They do, yeah. I mean,
I agree with that.
All these reclamation projects going back the last 2, 3, 4 years. Look, that's the old way of doing it. You would draft a kid, and he would sit. And I mean, the only team that did that, the Packers did that,
Right.
and they did it. They continue to do it, but they're the only team that does it. You take a kid high, you throw him in the fire, see what happens. And that's how Darnold ends up where he's at. After the Jets did that, and then he was here, and then then he had success in Minnesota because of coaching. And he's done a decent job there. But he's not the only one. Like Baker Mayfield,
Right.
I mean, he's in a slump right now, but he's been good for Tampa, and he was here too. But they were here at the same time. But
yes,
so I get that. I mean, I it's a stretch to go after a guy 5 years out of the league, but but Rivers was consistent. He was never the top guy, but he won you games, and. But yeah, it's a stretch to bring a grandpa out in the field that had that kind of gap. I mean, that's kind of crazy. But maybe it's smarter to there's got to be obvious number one guys, whether it's Mendoza this year or Caleb with us or whatever. That's always going to be the case. But there's going to be a lot to be said for drafting guys late and actually trying to develop them. I mean, not that we needed, Bajent, but we've kind of done that with him. I mean, he started a handful of games, but he's there and he's learning and he's running the practice squad team, the prep squad for the next week. So he's doing his Jordan Love impression and there's something to be said for that.
Yeah, I mean, I think we just live in it's 2025. Everything's got to be fast. You draft a kid, you want them to play, right, Clarence? You draft somebody, you want them to play, right? You don't want them to ride the bench. And I do think it's a problem. We throw the quarterbacks in the fire. And to be clear, Todd means here. He means Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah, sorry.
Darnold and Mayfield. We know they were never in Chicago.
For me, it depends. With us, we have been quarterback starved.
Yes, we have.
And when we had Justin Fields in there, come on. Who wants to see Andy fucking Dalton? I don't want to see Andy Dalton.
No.
We wanted to finally see if we had the guy. I mean, we've been starved. We don't know what good quarterback play looks like unless it's against us. But we damn sure don't know what it looks like on our team. And maybe that's the reason why, we have been so hard and having Caleb Williams under a microscope, because we want to see our team be talked about the way Josh Allen is talked about, the way Patrick Mahomes is talked about, the way Lamar Jackson is talked about. It would be nice in our lifetime for our quarterback to win the fucking MVP. Cam Newton has one, for God's sake.
I never even dreamed of that.
Yeah, I mean, we don't. We don't. Because we can only pick linebackers and running backs. That's it. We can't draft nothing else. We can't even draft a Hall of Fame worthy wide receiver. We got to buy one in the damn free agency because we don't pick skill positions well. So now maybe some of that stuff will start to change and we can finally be in the mix, because it's now to finally see us marry our head coach competency on the sideline, which is what I always say, with quarterback play. And it's finally nice to see another team do stupid shit in the draft. Like they're looking at the Cleveland Browns. That is a train wreck. And why? Because they went about it totally wrong. Now you got Shadur Sanders, and you don't even know what you have with him. Kevin Stefanski probably is going to get fired. So if you draft another quarterback, you have got to fire Stefanski because he is on borrowed time. He's going to go into next season with a hot seat under his ass. So if you did turn around and things start to go with that defense, starts to go off slow, you got a quarterback in the building and you fire him and you hire another head coach who didn't choose the guy you drafted, then you're just starting the cycle over again, a mediocrity. We ought to know. We wrote the book on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, specifically what I'm talking about on this is like you brought up Fields. We invested draft capital in with him. We gave him a first round pick to move up in that draft from 12 to whatever it was, 10, 11. And we're paying him because he's a top 10-ish pick, so he's getting reasonable money. I'm talking about guys you got really nothing in. Like Bates is a free agent, but I'm talking about even like drafting, 5th, 6th, 7th round guys and actually teaching them how to play and letting them sit for 2 or 3 years, and you might end up with something. If you go in and you've committed money and draft capital on a guy, then yeah, he's going to get in the game. But I think that the old guys are gonna play longer, the Flaccos and all these guys that are examples of it, because that's the guy you can count on with experience. And then your third quarterback is your practice squad guy or your emergency quarterback. That's the guy that you can try to develop on the cheap.
Yeah.
And that may, I don't know for sure, but to me that seems like a reasonable thing to do, as expensive as all these quarterbacks are. Like, I got my guy I'm paying $30+ million to, but I got to have this guy behind him that I think I can count on, in a year or 2 or 3. But if I have an emergency injury right now, I've got to have a veteran too. So that's 3 roster spots, and and I think that might be a smarter way to go. But there's only so many of those guys.
And you're right. And the Giants tried something similar to that, but they should have never allowed Brian Daboll to be there to draft Jackson Dart, because you set him back. You set him back a minimum of 2-3 years, because you stunted his development, you stunted his growth, because you fired the guy that you entrusted to bring him along, and now he's got to start over with a whole new coaching staff. I mean, Russell Wilson's not even going to be there next year.
No,
they should have rolled the whole year out with Russell Wilson there, and not even let Jackson Dart get in the game and why? Yeah. I mean, you're losing anyway, and you almost got him hurt.
Well, I think the beauty with Dart now is that he's a key piece in bringing in a decent coach, or you think a coach will be a decent coach, because that's an attractive position, because you've got this. I was impressed with that kid, and we talked about it on Sunday. He doesn't get hurt in that game,
we don't win.
I don't know for sure, but I don't know for sure that we do. I think he was good. He was effective, and so he. I think, if some big name if somebody does something stupid, and if Harbaugh becomes available, or always Mike Tomlin or all this and that, John Harbaugh, or whatever, if Kansas City decides to break it all down, does something stupid, you've got a young quarterback that you're not too financially strapped in.
A good running back.
Good running back. And then Tracy's, he was great for me this week in fantasy. So, I think that, you've got some depth there. They've got some offensive line problems, but we turned around the interior in a year. And,
yes, we did.
And look, Dahlman probably should have never hit free agency. That was a mistake on Atlanta's part.
Stupid. But Dahlman's been a godsend. And Joe Tooney.
Yeah, Tooney's been the best. But Tooney for a 4th rounder is
a steal. Somebody should call the police on us for robbing a bank.
So, right, but when those two guys, the guards we got on trade, because we knew Ben knew Jonah Jackson, and he had a down year in LA,
and he's been good this year.
And because Kansas City is fiscally responsible, they knew they had to pay Trey Smith, because that was the name. That they had to create an opening money wise, and that enabled Tooney to be dealt. They had to make a decision. They chose to stick with a younger player, which is usually the right thing.
Yeah.
But so it's not a long-term fix for us. It's a 2-3 season fix, but that gives us time to develop the guys that are gonna have to replace those guys.
I mean, our offensive line is just it's night and day different. I mean, we're not going to come anywhere close to the sack record we set last year. We were close. I mean, Dahlman's been tremendous. Darnell Wright has been tremendous this year. I mean, like I keep saying, Dan Rochar has been maybe the best coach we have.
Caleb's escapability has stepped up to elite level, which that helps too. But yeah, no, for sure. I mean, just the running game and the sack situation that we had, it's night and day, and that's been the all the moves we've made. We had to make that move, and we were all trench drunk and all just do a straight D-line and O-line draft.
Yes.
And that didn't work out that way, but it really this is as good as we could have hoped for.
I mean, our D-line, Clarence, how do we fix our D-line? What needs to happen? So we're not going to change anything this year. It kind of is what it is.
Yeah, no, it is.
We need it to get to Jordan Love Sunday or Saturday night. I mean, we cannot let that man sit back there and just pick us apart like this. Because he ate us alive.
He did. I watch a lot of college ball. I don't really see the answer coming from where we're going to be picking right now. Not off the top of my head. No. I think that we're going to have to make a trade or who comes available in free agency. And I think the dude out of Cincinnati may be available. We may be able to get him.
He does have a history with Allen in New Orleans.
I think that, we may end up calling the Giants to see, what they want to do. I think that that's going to be the solution right now because we're going to be at minimum a 10-win team.
Yeah.
And we're not going to be picking in the top 20 like we do.
Right.
So, it's incumbent upon our people in the building to go out there and be able to identify what we're going to be able to grab as far as pass rush. And we also need a 3 technique.
Yes, we do.
So at that point, it's just going to depend on, for their value, who do they have higher on the board? That particular 3 technique or that edge rusher. A running back was on my wish list. Not so much anymore. I like what I see. Would I love to have Jeremiah Love and Jadarian Price in that backfield? Hell yeah. But we have bigger need. We need a kicker too. So
yes.
Yeah.
And I would like to get a wide receiver that scares opposing defenses. We don't have that guy on our team. We were just talking about it before Todd came on with JJ McCarthy. How would you like to be Justin Jefferson right now?
Right.
Sick to death, not getting the ball. And that guy scares people. I would love to see a player like that in Chicago to where we can run his ass out there. And if you put him one-on-one, then, oh, well, you might as well get ready and line up for the extra point because he's going to get by you. It's going to burn you. And we don't have guys like him and Jamar Chase in our building. We never have. It would be nice to see you give Caleb Williams a shiny new toy like that to throw the ball to.
I mean, Luther Burton might be it. Roma Dunze could be it too.
Yeah, I think
Roma Dunze has never been a one. He wasn't like that in Washington. He wasn't somebody that just ate somebody up when you guarded him one-on-one. He just wasn't. He doesn't have that kind of skill set. I mean, Luther Burton is faster, but they ain't got no wiggle in their movement. You're talking about Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, guys like that. I mean, we got possession receivers. That's all we seem to draft is possession receivers. Somebody who on 3rd and 5, can you get the ball to them? But I'm talking about somebody on 1st down that you can just send their ass out there on the fly route or stop and go, and he just gets by you, and it's over.
Yeah.
I mean, Ohio State seems to grow them on trees. What about Marvin Harrison?
Yeah.
He may need a change of scenery.
Yeah, I think he's needed one since day one. It just doesn't seem to work out very well.
That's a guy that will look good in Chicago.
I mean, you might find somebody interested, where we're picking, but on a trade. But I mean, I think that if we're going to draft a player, and if we're going to be around 25, you can get like the sixth edge, and we're real particular about our edge, in that they have to be
Yes.
able to set an edge. So we need a guy. I can't take a 240 guy. I need a 265 guy. Pounds. And I think that you can probably get like run stuffer one, run stuffer two, at that spot. And then you take a flyer on some guys with some traits, and it's all about developing. I mean, I beat that drum every week. It's all about developing. And Booker's developed a little, and he got a couple cheap ones this week, which is going to make his numbers look a lot better. What really hurts is the injury. Like I think Billings is probably done. He seems the heaviest he's ever been. He's not going to be the run stopper. He's the veteran that maybe you keep floating around just to have on the roster. But we need some young. I don't know, Dexter. He doesn't stop the run very well, but he had some pass rush, but not enough pass rush, and he's just like in the middle there, and he feels like a rotation piece more than a guy you can count on. So I think at 25, if it's me, I'm looking for the biggest beef inside to shut down opposing runners, and taking a flyer on on some edges with traits later, because. I mean, you're probably at 25, there's going to be 6 of those guys off the board, and, we'll see what happens. But I think we need to change out 2 defensive linemen, and they probably don't. 3 is probably too many as far as, depth on what we have now. I think there's probably 2 spots there. And and you hope one of these guys. And the big mystery is Shamar Turner. Can he develop into something? And maybe he can change his body some. Maybe he can get some pressure off the edge too. We like all these guys that are interchangeable, but you get guys that are really good at 3 or 4 things, but not great at one. And we need a guy who's great at getting to the quarterback. And so you give and take on that.
So, guys, let's talk about the game one more time before we sign off. So, Clarence, Green Bay, who wins Saturday night and why? This is in Chicago. This is in Soldier Field. This is in our house. The stadium's going to be packed. It's going to be electric. Who wins this game? This is a winner take all. We win this game, we control our own destiny. So, who is going to win this game?
I know that we were all disappointed that we lost the game. You see my daughter come in the background trying to crawl on the floor and nobody could see her. But I think that even though we were disappointed that we ended up losing that game, and for the reasons why, the one thing that stuck with me is, particularly in the past, Green Bay would just flat out just outplay us.
Yeah.
And that game
out-coach us.
All the way around. But that game would particularly be a game that we would have lost like 31-10.
Yeah.
We fought back.
Yeah.
I mean, we were thoroughly outplayed and we fought back. And that was very encouraging to see. Why? Because we have 2 things going for us that we never had going for us before. We had competency on the sideline, and we had a bona fide quarterback back there. I think that Sunday, we are going to lean on our run game. I think that we're going to run that ball down their throat. I think that we're probably going to do a better job at limiting their big plays that plagued us first time around. And I think we win this football game. I think it'll be close, but I think this time Caleb Williams will make the play instead of throwing the pick.
Todd, who wins Saturday night and why?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm expecting them to be, to be a little down with the Parsons injury, obviously. Coming to our building, so we're underdogs. Is that what you just posted up there? It's hard to see. I'm not used to doing this on my phone.
So when Parsons was officially not ruled on yet, we were 3-point underdogs. Now we're 1. So basically it's 50-50. It's basically a toss-up. Even though ESPN favors Green Bay to still win the game, 58%. And we're at 41%.
And that's only because Green Bay always beats us.
Yes.
That's why. I mean, it ain't predicated on nothing. Yeah.
I'm sick of this shit of losing to this team.
Yeah. I think that I think they're pretty confident that they're going to get in the playoffs. I'm not looking for them to fall apart. So I think they feel pretty secure in that. But I do expect some hangover on this injury, because they're betting a lot on Parsons. They bet a lot on Parsons.
They did
to make that move, and it was close. It was in their building. I think we win this game. I think we can win it by a touchdown or more. I mean, I don't think it's a nil. I mean, it's got to be it's not going to be boring like the Browns game was, but I think we win this game for sure. It's the momentum is important, and I think that Ben will have them ready. And I mean, look, it's too fresh. It was just 2 weeks ago, so that we played them. So I think, especially if Watson's out too, that I feel pretty confident we beat him.
I think if we just can eliminate the mistakes that we made. I mean, the last game we just made some crucial mistakes. We got killed on 2 bombs. Our secondary was just looks like a busted coverage mess all night long. The kickoff by Santos, and I don't think Caleb will make that mistake twice.
And I think those 2 linebackers, will make a difference.
I think he learned his lesson. I think next time he's going to make the throw.
Yeah,
I mean, he seemed pretty determined at the podium today.
Yeah,
that he's not going to do that again.
Right.
So, guys, let's head into our final thoughts before we sign off. My final thoughts, as always, thank you for watching. D, thank you for the comments tonight. Arthur, thank you for the comments tonight. And D and Arthur, you guys are always welcome back. But you can find us on Twitch, X, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. My final thoughts is we just got to beat this team. We got to beat this team and just stop this shit. We need to show everybody we are for real, and we can control our own destiny if we win this game. I mean, we will control our own destiny because, like I said before you sign on, Todd, we cannot mathematically finish in a tie with Green Bay unless we tie somebody else.
Right.
So whoever wins this game controls their own destiny.
Sure.
Green Bay cannot finish in a tie unless somebody else just happens to finish in a tie with them.
Yeah, right.
So we need to win this game. We control our own destiny. The number 2 seed will be ours. And the number 1 seed could be ours if the Rams trip up again. But we got to win this game. We got to show the people we are for real. So Todd,
I wouldn't count on the Rams making another mistake. But I'm just hey, it's Christmas time. We're going different directions. Andy's going north. I'm going south. I don't know. Clarence, you sitting still? Yeah. So we're all going different directions this week. It's a bummer that that the Saturday night game is the way it is, but that's what happens. You win, you win, and you're in a popular place, and all your games get transferred out to
prime time,
different times. And I wish we played every Sunday at 1 is rock solid. I wish we did that every week, but. Anyway, but just Merry Christmas to you guys, and it's been a good year, great fantasy year. We were talking earlier that the 3 of us and the one crawling out of the room are still standing, so we'll fight it out. But
you're champ.
Anyway, but it's been fun this year with you guys.
Yeah, she's ready to take the belt to her dad's ass in fantasy, but
anyway. It's me and you and him and her. That's right.
Yes. Anyway, Chicago Clarence, how's your blood pressure, man? What are your final thoughts?
Well, to piggyback on what Todd said, I just wish you guys being safe on the road as you travel for the holidays. I love you guys. We've been watching the games for a few years now, and it's been that much more enjoyable watching it with you 2 guys every week. I look forward to seeing you guys. I look forward to our trip to Chicago.
Yeah.
So with that, I think that this game will go a long way into ensuring that we have a home playoff football game. And it's going to be tough. Anybody outside of Green Bay coming to play Chicago in that weather. Cleveland is a cold weather place, and it seemed to bother them. Maybe not Miles Garrett as much, but the skilled people look cold. Shadura even went have him going to college in Colorado and playing there. You know, it seemed to bother him. So I think those things would be advantages for us. It would be great to see us finally have the position within the league that people start to respect us.
Yes.
Because we wasn't getting any respect until we beat Philly. You know, even beating Pittsburgh, people still didn't believe. But when we beat Philly, in the way that we beat Philly, we started to get some national respect. I think that it's high time that people see the Chicago Bears are a real football team. And for the first time in my life, it seemed like we got some bona fide quarterback play on our team and a competent head coach who knows what the hell he's doing. So I think those are going to be factors with this football team going forward. We still got a lot of growing to go, but I'm excited to see how this football team evolves into a power. And this game Saturday night will go a long way to cementing our point in this division because Green Bay don't believe it yet. We're going to have to beat it out of them.
Right.
No, the Green Bay fans do not believe in us yet.
Nor should they.
No, they shouldn't. They always beat us, so they shouldn't. But we need to get the ship pointing in our direction for once.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired. I'm tired of losing to this team. I'm tired of it. It's embarrassing. It's absolutely embarrassing to always be losing to this team. So hopefully we win Saturday night. We will control our own destiny. Until next time, peace, happy holidays. Bear down, everyone.
Yeah. Love you guys too.
See you soon, brother.
See ya.